My history in working in social justice definitely began with Galay and opened doors to other organizations and other movements in Philadelphia. My work has been really supporting and being involved in queer Latinx movements and spaces that are both locally as well as nationally. To receive the Emerging Leader Award is really humbling. It really assures that the work that I'm doing and the spaces that I'm working in are being seen and being heard. Bread and Roses has been a huge supporter of Galay and other organizations that I'm part of. And so to have an organization that not only is invested in supporting communities, but really listening to what are the issues that the communities need is so important. Cultivating New Futures means an opportunity for Philadelphia to bring together different leaderships and to bring different movements together, because the reality is in the world that we're in today, if we're not working collectively, we're not going to be doing the work that needs to be done effectively.
My first sort of foray into organizing was actually to try to save one of my professors from being fired. She was a woman of color professor. That feeling of 40, 50, 70 students and feeling united in purpose and not ever having that feeling before is really a feeling that I've been trying to support my community in since college. What Bread and Roses means to me is that there are folks who are organizing money the way that we need folks organizing people. Really, I'm just a compilation of all of these other people who've invested time and their life lessons into me. And so recognizing my leadership is really about recognizing this larger ecosystem of Black and brown and women leaders and queer leaders who really have invested a lot of their time into me, and hopefully that means that whatever I'm doing, I am opening doors and investing time into other leaders as well.
I came to Philadelphia in the middle of the 1960s. I was pretty naive. I had kind of a civics view of the world. The poverty, the racism in Philadelphia, along with the horrors of the Vietnam War, really turned my head around politically. And during that period, I became an activist, organizer, etc. And I've never stopped. To me, it's the only way to live. To achieve this award is very humbling, because I know that Bread and Roses reflects the broader movement for social change in the city.
I was really surprised to get the award. I mean, it's really nice and it feels really bolstering. If you have white skin privilege, even if you're really poor, you have benefits. My whole intention is to help people with white skin privilege, or just privileged people in general, to see that it's much more confronting to be somebody who's taking direction from people who know what systemic oppression is and putting your dollars toward change that might be really uncomfortable to the larger picture. All of the sales of my artwork, wall pieces, and jewelry, 100% of that goes toward groups that are working on systemic change, either that and also direct reparations.
We're one of the poorest cities, highest rate of poverty among any large urban city, and also the highest number of people with disabilities living in our city, 16%. And that is how Liberty Resources became a founding member of the Philadelphia Coalition of Affordable Communities.
I became a part of Women's Community Revitalization Project, who build affordable housing for women and their families, as well as building leadership. That's how WCRP became a part of the coalition as well. So we're very honored that we're getting this award. Just seeing how Bread and Roses operates, it was the first time really seeing funders that, to me, walk that walk. And it really solidified that you have to have that type of people around the table if you really want to have funding for the things that really matter to you.
I jumped into activism just on the whim of things. I seen something going on across the street from me, and I decided to jump in and not wait for somebody to ask me to make a move. I'm literally an ex-drug dealer who woke up one day and decided to think outside the box.
I moved here from New York in 2009, and right away at Temple was met with a narrative about North Philly that told us as students never to venture off campus and interact with anybody from this community, and I didn't buy it.
Everybody has a dream. My dream is to build, to green develop, to build these structures and pass it on.